Ever since Season 2, the Whyachi family dynasty has been the power force, with its two oldest siblings taking all the glory. For one, a former back-to-back champion and top placer.
And another tap, and it looks like that's the end. Sal is going to the final.
For the other, a gradually improving bot that every robot fears with high placings to its name.
He will make his first ever semi-final.
They are the most consistent, the most dominant, and the most destructive. But tonight, does that dynasty finally crumble? Find out tonight as the BattleBots Reborn Cup continues!
Nightmare! Needed to know that you belong here. It's your fucking nightmare.
Hello everyone and welcome to BattleBots Reborn Cup Season 6. The action continues with another jam-packed fight card tonight, and of course your hosts as normal, myself, Nick, and Sam.
Yeah, that's me.
That's her.
Yeah.
How you doing today?
Doing pretty good. How about you?
Not too bad.
That's good, that's good.
I'm glad you're with me today, and I'm glad you're with her.
Yeah. I'm with her.
Yeah?
He's a dork. Anyway.
A little bit.
Tonight's card is full of matches that could set the tone for how some bot's season will shape up.
Yeah, it's always important to win these fights early on because it will dictate how your next few fights will be determined. Either you're winning your fights and you're getting harder opponents and having a better chance at getting into the tournament, or you're losing those fights and you're not even being considered at this point. So if you can get some wins early, it's a big, big deal. And there's a lot of bots that need some wins tonight.
Tonight we see if high-flying Killer B can continue his strong start to the season, but he'll have to beat Bronco to do so.
Cup history will be set when Chromefly meets Gemini, as it'll be the first time that 4 bots are in the arena at the same time.
We'll also see Hydra's defense put to the test as he faces the always dangerous Surgeon General.
And an important main event at the top of the table has Y-Pout facing Witch Doctor, with both bots being 1-0. They will be definitely looking to keep the momentum going. And more on that fight and the rest of the card, let's send it down to, of course, Captain Man-Team. Cap, how do you feel about this main event?
Thank you, Nick. And today, other than the main event, of course, I think my focus is on the other two Whyachi bots. I don't know, Son of Whyachi has looked very promising. You know, the slow spin-up time is usually balanced out by the fact that whenever it hits something, it just usually cripples it with even 1 or 2 hits. So I probably favor it against Hypershock. And Hydra, you know, I feel like it's going to be able to control the pace, the tempo. I don't know how reliable that Undercutter Surgeon General is, because we know that Undercutters struggle in Robot Arena 2. But what you're all here for, I imagine, is the main event, Y-Pout and Witch Doctor. Now, Y-Pout hasn't been able to be flipped over, really. It already faced Bronco, and it had very little trouble with that. Pretty powerful, one of the better flippers in Reborn Cup, and if it can't flip it, I don't know if Witch Doctor's going to be able to do it, especially with that very steep wedge. I think that Y-Pout's going to bounce off of it and probably it's going to do a lot of damage, and I don't think Shaman's going to be able to come into play a lot. So I'd have to give it to Y-Pout, honestly.
Thanks, Cap. We're really looking forward to that match, but we've got a long way to go before then, and it starts with a different Whyachi bot. First up, we have Son of Whyachi versus Hypershock. We learned critical info about both bots and their new builds after round 1.
Yeah, with Son of Whyachi, it was actually concerning the way he seems a little bit fragile when hitting certain tough bots. And on the flip side, Hypershock seems very strong when hitting, well, anything. He only had Ultraviolet to deal with, but he dealt with it very well. And now it's a big test for both bots going into round 2.
This match will be slightly more important for Hypershock, however, given the quality of his opponent.
Considering he's going up against the 2-time champion of BattleBots Reborn Cup, this is a big prove-it match for Hypershock. You know, he's had some good seasons in the past, hasn't always been consistent, but this is a build that looks like it's got potential. And what way to prove that than beating Son of Whyachi?
Well, let's see if he beats Son of Whyachi. Let's see if he can prove himself.
I'm conflicted. I've got this and I've got all the other Whyachi stuff. I don't know who I want!
Well, let's see which one makes Nick sadder at the end of this fight. Down to the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. All I need to do for this spot is add Archie to the end of every line Archie. His weapon is so devastating, he'll make your spine look like an Archie. Presenting our original Reborn champion, Son of Whyachi! In the blue square. This spot sometimes feels like your grandparent. Half the time he can't even get out of bed. Suddenly he hits you with a sock. You wanna know his secret? He's with your girlfriend. How's that for a cock block? Here to tear your family apart, it's Hypershock!
Let the bot battle begin. Two bots looking to go 2-0 to start this campaign. Son of Whyachi getting cornered early.
Hypershock trying to keep to the strategy, I think, of trying to not let Sao get up, but as you can see here, Sao has reached speed and bopped Hypershock a little bit.
Yeah, Hypershock needs to play this aggressively, but he's allowed Son of Whyachi to get up to speed. It's gonna be hard to slow him down again.
Hypershock looks to be having some, like, drive issues, I'm sensing.
Maybe he's nervous. It's not often you get such a good opportunity to take out the two-time champ. Oh, Hypershock lost a ram plate at one point, but now he hits Son of Whyachi and slows him down. Now he's got him against the wall. He's got him flipped.
And that's going to be it for Son of Whyachi.
Incredible whoa. Son of Whyachi.
Is he going to flip back over?
Is he? He's not supposed to be able to. Maybe some of the damage he's taken has helped him out, but he's giving it a go. This fight may not be over just yet. He's going out of control. Hypershock just sitting and waiting.
Are they going to start counting him out?
Any second now they might move in the refs. There it is. The countdown begins. And Son of Whyachi is struggling. Hypershock might come out of this with an unlikely win. And he does! Incredible performance. Well, it started off a little cagey for Hypershock. He was very nervous. You could see it in the driving, but he turned it around very quickly.
He did. He let Son of Whyachi get up to speed early in the match, but one solid hit from Hypershock kind of derailed Sao, and that's all Hypershock needed in order to flip him out.
Son of Whyachi is genuinely considered to be a tough bot to beat. What lessons should other bots be taking from Hypershock's performance?
Flip him. That's all you need to do. Unless he's damaged, of course, because at the very end of this match, he almost succeeded in flipping himself back over.
Yeah, that's something we're not used to seeing, as well as Son of Whyachi is not used to seeing a loss, but that's what he gets today, and Hypershock goes to 2-0.
Well, we learned a lot from that fight.
We did indeed.
That's a big result for Hypershock.
It's actually quite insane.
Especially, he started a little shaky, but figured it out, so I'm impressed.
I am impressed as well. Going into the second, we're gonna see if we can get some more impressive fights. We have Biohazard versus Vlad the Impaler. These two know more about each other than anyone else.
That's right, it'll be their 5th fight actually on the channel. They had a rematch series together, which Biohazard took 2-1. They also fought early in Season 3. Biohazard won end as well. So he'll be looking for his 4th win in 5 fights in total against Vlad, and he has really got a stronghold, it seems, on this rivalry.
This is more than just a rematch as far as Vlad's concerned. This is a prove-it match for him.
Yeah, having come from the qualifiers, that means he's down in Tier 4 for the Fight Night rounds. He's already 1-0, which helps his resume a little bit. But if he could beat a Tier 2 Biohazard, go 2-0, well, it doesn't mean he's locked into the tournament, of course, because he can still lose his remaining fights, but he's in a great position to get to the final stage.
Well, let's go see. I'm excited.
Let's go see.
Let's go see. Down in box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, the only chance you have of avoiding his radiating personality is by just giving him the win. With a half-life of 1,000 years, it's no wonder he's got so many championships. He's just never going to die. It's Biohazard! In the blue square. Thank God this isn't the second version of this robot or even his older brother. Otherwise, being charged at by a long black rod will have a new meaning. Your brutal execution is courtesy of Vlad, the Impaler!
Let the bot battle begin!
Very slow start right off the beginning of this match.
They are two bitter rivals. They hate losing to each other. They've fought many times in the past.
Vlad getting underneath Biohazard a little bit easier.
Definitely a battle of ground clearance. Both bots needing to slip under the other bot. Biohazard getting a brief moment there, but he didn't do much with it as Vlad was able to back away quick. Now Vlad turning the tables. Trying to get under the side of Biohazard. He's done it.
Sort of popped him up, but no successful flip by either of the bots.
Yeah, not a lot of venom in that attack, to be honest. Biohazard the heavier of the two machines by a decent amount. Vlad is trying to flip him over. He saw what Lucky did in the first match against Biohazard. He just can't replicate it at the moment.
Well, regardless of whether or not he can flip him, he is still pushing him around the entirety of this box.
Very good control from Vlad. Now he holds Biohazard in the corner just to give himself a couple seconds to gather himself. Bots reset again. Good attack from Biohazard. Nice lift there as well.
Biohazard pulled off what Vlad really couldn't, and is Vlad struggling to self-right?
You gotta be careful too because he's close to the kill saws. But that tree mech certainly struggling at the moment, getting caught between a rock and a hard place. Biohazard thinking he might have the fight won at this point.
To be honest, it looks kind of like he does. Counting out for Vlad
and there it goes. The Shreemech breaks on Vlad and he is stranded. Biohazard needed one good attack and he's got himself a win. Well, it was a cagey affair and that's what we expected from these two bitter rivals. At the opening stages, Vlad was dominant but didn't make the most of his opportunities.
Yeah, at the end of the day, he couldn't muster up the power to flip Biohazard, and Biohazard just came in and really showed him how it was supposed to be done.
There was an early lift attempt from Biohazard that didn't go correctly, but when he got another opportunity, he was able to take full advantage of it.
And he did take full advantage of it. I do feel bad though for Vlad. His Shreemech did break at the end. Gonna get some work on that, but gotta give the nice win and victory to Biohazard.
Yeah, Vlad will definitely be concerned that the Shreemech failed him so quickly, but Biohazard won't care because it's a big win for him. Both bots now at 1-1.
GG Biohazard.
Yeah, Vlad's gonna be sick of the sight of him at this point. And especially, he's got to be frustrated because he is an improved machine, you know? He got some really nice upgrades, but he still can't beat Biohazard, apparently.
Yep, only so much you can do, to be honest.
This is what he gets for bullying Tazbot the first two seasons.
Going into the third fight for the night, we have Bombshell versus Bloodsport. 2 bright starts, but only one bot can continue it with a second win.
Both bots coming into this fight 1-0 from different methods. Bloodsport played with his food a little bit in the Warhawk match, whereas Bombshell lost his main weapon, but still kind of dominated Ghost Raptor in the end.
We're getting word that Bombshell is sticking with the vertical disc for this fight. Is that the right call?
Yeah, I don't see why not. He's just coming off an angled horizontal spinner against Ghost Raptor where it kind of worked out, and Bloodsport is fairly similar. We did see Bloodsport struggle at times with Warhawk's vertical spinner design, so I think Bombshell's gone with the safe choice, and we'll see if it works out for him.
Yeah, let's see if the safe choice is the wise choice in this case. Down in the box.
You never know.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square.
Okay, look, do I really have to do one for this bot? Like, is there really any point? He'll be gone in 30 seconds anyways.
No, that isn't another spicy hot take, guys. I'm just stating the obvious. Now how's that for a bombshell? In the blue square.
Thumb up, thumb down. Doesn't matter, because either way you're facing this gladiator in the battle box. He likes a fine wine, but will settle for red fluid rushing out of your neck. He's not a barbarian, he's just a Bloodsport!
Let the bot battle begin. Bombshell looks like he's ready to take a very aggressive, fast approach in this fight, trying to take it to Bloodsport early on.
Bloodsport trying to just gain some speed, but again, not really getting the chance to do so up until that moment.
What is Bloodsport doing? Is he just spinning in circles? I mean, I guess it worked. Bombshell was kept at bay. There goes a wheel off of Bombshell. I didn't even see exactly how that popped off, but somehow it did. Now driving will be a bit compromised for the vertical spinner.
The drone just trying to do his best, trying to spit out fire when he gets the chance to. Don't know how well that's working.
Yeah, Short Fuse is doing what he can to get in the way. He could even, if he wanted to, clip the self-riding bull of Bloodsport, and that might cause the opponent a bit of problems. So far, he's just trying to be a nuisance. Another good shot by Bloodsport there.
Oh, and there goes the weapon.
Oh, it is off! Bombshell weaponless! Well, wait, kind of. There are teeth still spinning. Glitch in the build is causing that to happen, so Bloodsport still has to be careful now as Bombshell gets underneath.
One of the reasons why Robot Arena is very fun, but also infuriating.
Never forget your roots, folks. We love this game dearly, and we'll stand by it at all times. Halfway through the fight now, Bloodsport trying to turn the heat up a little bit as Short Fuse is also trying to bring the heat down on Bloodsport. Don't think the drone has had much of an impact so far. It seems like Bloodsport has done just enough. Bombshell's floating teeth seem to be not moving at all, so maybe the weapon is fully incapacitated. Can't really tell at the moment what's going on with that.
Seemingly Bombshell just needs to try and get some form of points for the rest of this match. I don't know if he'll last
Something
much
went
longer.
flying there.
Something did fly right there.
Didn't really see what it was, but it definitely went flying. Oh, big shot on Short Fuse.
How?
Did he get too close to Bloodsport? The drone has been having a tough time so far, as has the main bot for Bombshell. And you know what? There's some more damage on Short Fuse, so Bloodsport was kind of sitting and waiting to see what would happen there, and he took advantage.
Short Fuse is getting a little more daring, if I should say. Much lower than he was earlier. Oh, more smoke now coming
Now from the main bot, yeah. Bloodsport slowly wearing him down. He's also lost part of his self-riding pole.
We reached the last final 10 seconds.
Very close fight here. I think Bloodsport might have the edge, but the judges will be the one to decide that. Well, a bit of an even battle from these two machines. There was a couple weird moments early on for both bots, but they were hard to be separated at the moment.
I don't know if I would call it even from my point of view, simply because from the get-go, although Bombshell was contributing to the match, Bloodsport, I feel like he dominated.
Bloodsport definitely has the damage category wrapped up, it seems. He got a wheel. He did do significant damage to the weapon. Cap, what were your observations from the side of the box there?
Well, honestly, Nick, I started this fight and I didn't know how it was going to go, but midway through, it looked like Bloodsport was doing a lot of damage, you know? I was like, oh no, Bloodsport, one of the hardest hitting tri-bars in the league. And it really just took it to Bombshell here, man. What a good fight.
The results from the judges are in. Your winner, by unanimous decision, is...
Bloodsport!
So, not the wise choice.
Maybe. We'll see. He's made worse choices in the past, to be fair. At least this one made logical sense. It just didn't get executed properly, you know?
Well, speaking of execution, we have our favorite duo in this next fight. We have Chromefly versus Gemini. There's a lot to break down tactically about this fight. We've got a cluster bot on one side, and on the other side, it's a dual weapon bot plus a drone. Always exciting for the drones.
Yeah, we've got 4 bots, we've got 5 weapons, 2 teams, we've got aerial attacks. I don't know where to start with this fight. It's just going to be absolute mental scenes from start to finish.
It's going to be fun-filled and exciting. But because of all of these factors, who has more to think about? You know, who needs to provide that bold brilliance to win this fight?
I think the bold brilliance needs to come from Gemini. I think Chromefly is well equipped for this fight. The fact that he's got 2 weapons on the main bot will help deter the Geminis when they enact their strategies, and then the Geminis will get distracted by the drone. When we know Chromefly's drone is good, it showed that in the qualifiers, so they've got a lot of good pieces to them. I'm interested to see how Gemini responds.
Well, Gemini does tend to always hit each other. That tends to happen with more than one bot in the box.
Yeah.
But who knows? We'll have to go see this first ever 4-bot fight.
It's going to be great.
This channel. It's
Yeah.
great.
More history being made in Season 6.
Yeah. All right, well, let's go look down in the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square,
Buzz Buzz.
this robot creates quite a lot of it, but not because he's popular. Oh no, he's far from that. He's just that irritating bug you can't get rid of. Get out the racks, Polish, because that's what you'll need to get rid of Chromefly! In the blue square. Oh crap, I think I'm drunk. Oh god, if Nick finds out, he'll fire me. Oh, guys, please, I'm begging you, don't tell him I'm seeing double, for the love of God. Wait, there were 2 bots in that square? Huh. Well, I'll be damned. It must be... Gemini!
Alright, Cat, we got an interesting fight here. First time we're having 4 bots in the arena, and of course, it's with a drone and a multi-bot. So what are you looking forward to seeing here the most?
I'm looking forward to finally settle the argument between who's better, conjoined twins or regular twins. You know, I've had a lot of arguments about this in the past, and truthfully, I'm just excited to see how well the twins will be able to fare with the lesser-known conjoined twins.
And let the bot battle begin! History being made in the cup, the first time that 4 machines are in the arena at the exact same time.
I was just about to mention there's going to be a lot going on in this fight, and there already is. There are already pieces strewn about the box.
I don't know who's lost what. I think the drone's lost 1 piece. Hydroxyl is going after Chromefly. Gemini trying to keep to the normal strategies.
Fred at the moment hitting Chromefly, so we'll see if that does anything, and then they hit each other, of course.
Piece went off of Chromefly. It's in the upper corner, and now the screen turned. Never mind. Very chaotic start to this match.
Chromefly doing his best. it's very lucky for him that he has weapons on both sides of his body, so he can kind of go at Gemini in a certain manner. Another piece and come off of the drone.
Yeah, I think that was Hydroxyl that did that one. Now he moves in on Chromefly as Fred kind of hangs back, and now he goes in.
Smoking from Fred now.
Not looking good. Wheels on the ground from, looks like Fred. Left side of Fred. Uh-oh.
Hit each other? Did they just take off each other's wheel?
It may be, but both Geminis are all of a sudden smoking and
Fred's out.
Fred's out. Hydroxyl's in trouble.
I think one more hit to Hydroxyl and he's done.
How quickly did this fight change to even Stevens to Chromefly on the verge of a knockout win? And we're only halfway through. Look at that.
And I think that's it.
Big shot from Chromefly. That ends the fight. Oh my goodness, what a performance from Chromefly. As chaotic as that fight was, I had a good time watching it because there was just so much to look at.
I actually quite enjoyed the hecticness of this fight. It was very interesting to try and keep your eyes on what was going on, where it was happening, and exactly who was hitting who.
Yeah, a little bit of Hydroxyl hitting Chromefly, Chromefly hitting Fred, the Geminis hitting each other, the drone was involved decently.
I want to know how much damage the Geminis do to each other in a fight.
Probably a little bit on this occasion, but most of it coming from the dangerous Chromefly who gets a big win.
Even though they're better with their strategy, they're still prone to hitting each other, and it's kind of nice to know that that element of surprise still exists. You never know what's going to happen in a Gemini fight,
Yeah.
and they don't know either, to be fair.
That's true, I guess. Going into the fifth fight for the night, we have Bronco versus Killer Bee. A crucial matchup near the top of the tier list, as Bronco looks to put that first round defeat behind him.
Yeah, there's no shame necessarily in losing to Y-Pout. He'll be a little upset he couldn't last the distance. He was a mere half second away from that. But the fact of the matter is, he's 0-1, and that's not very good. He's also going up against a decent Killer Bee bot that shouldn't be underestimated. He's got to figure out a way to avoid that 0-2 slump.
Well, back in Season 3, Killer Bee lost to Bronco's brother, the Matador. What does Killer Bee need to do here to beat Bronco?
Well, since the Matador fight when Killer Bee was a rookie, he's learned a lot, and he's gotten a lot better at his driving and his tactics, so it's going to be tough for Bronco. It won't be as easy as the Matador had it, but it's still the same premise. Ground clearance. Whoever wins the ground clearance battle is probably going to win this fight. Killer Bee just needs to be careful he doesn't get flipped too much. Don't get your head down if you get flipped a couple times in quick succession. Just keep going.
Yeah, alright, well, let's see.
Down in the box.
Down in the box.
Down in the box.
Down in the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, you've just entered the bullpen. When you see that head go down, he go charging, and when he does that, it's only a matter of time before you get his horns. Ring the bell for Bronco! In the blue square, this striped stinger has the most generic design ever, but don't let his looks fool you. He might as well be your majesty. If not, he's the last thing you'll ever see. Prepare to get stung by Killer Bee!
Let the bot battle begin! Bronco trying to do what his brother did back in Season 3, beat Killer Bee. Good early flip from Bronco as well, and then Killer Bee ramps over.
This will be interesting to see how Killer Bee plans to go about this match.
Got himself flipped over again, now the wedge is the right way. And he's using it to good effect here on Bronco, getting underneath him. Bronco having the back away over the kill saws. And again, Killer Bee gets underneath Bronco very nicely there. This is not how Bronco would have expected the fight to go. Now the two doing a little dance in the middle there. That was a little hard to follow.
Killer Bee just trying his best to get underneath Bronco, hopefully getting enough power once underneath him to kind of drive him around the box.
Looked like the wheel was bending decently there on Bronco. We'll see if that plays a part. Bronco was really struggling to get away from Killer Bee there, who is so far controlling the fight more than Bronco has. He's underneath yet again, but Bronco going over the top.
Good strategy from Bronco in that situation. Better to kind of control it yourself, get over him, rather than let him control you.
Yeah, he was able to wiggle out of the attack before getting slammed into the wall. That'll earn some good points. Stopped Killer Bee from getting a good attack, of course. Only halfway through this fight. Long way to go for both machines. Bronco is starting to get a little agitated, though.
And something we've seen time and time again, the chassis build for Killer Bee is so low to the ground that Bronco is just having such a hard time trying to get underneath him.
Yeah, this is nothing like the fight that the Matador had back in the Season 3 qualifiers. He got under Killer Bee quick and often. Bronco responds with a good flip. He's going to need a few more. He's got Killer Bee a little shaken after that one.
Killer Bee bending Bronco's wheel yet again in the front.
And doing a great job of resisting the shoves from Bronco, resisting the attacks. Very good defense that some bots really pride themselves in, Killer Bee being one of them. Bronco doing everything he can to get to the side, but Killer Bee is just holding him off. There's a subtle toss.
Another missed opportunity from Bronco.
Can he get to the side there? Killer Bee again. Great defense. Bronco is running out of time because this looks like it's Killer Bee's fight at the moment.
Any second now, the timer is going to start counting down.
Here we go. Final 10 seconds. Bronco needs another flip or so to give himself a chance, surely. Killer Bee resisting, holding off. It has been an amazing defensive display. Bronco gets one at the end, but it goes to the judges. Gentlemen, stop fighting. Well, a tense judge's decision looms large after this fight went the distance. Bronco started off with a very nice flip, but there wasn't much else that Killer Bee let him have.
Yeah, throughout the entirety of this match, Killer Bee kind of controlled it. He is just a push bot, so he couldn't really cause any damage or do any flips. But I say he did really, really well, considering the circumstances.
Yeah, Bronco is not used to struggling to get under his opponents the way he did in this fight against Killer Bee. A couple of times his defense was good, like that one time he ran over the top of Killer Bee, and he got this flip too that was helping a little bit.
Yeah, at the end of it all, though, I think this is a pretty easy decision coming from the judges, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see if they agree with you. They've got their decision, so let's go down to the box and see who's got this win.
The results from the judges are in. We have a split decision. Judge Matt scored the battle for Bronco. Judge Rich scored the battle for Killer Bee. Judge Nick scored the battle for your winner, Killer Bee!
Well, looks like Killer Bee managed to do it.
Once again, he's taking out big names and he doesn't give a crap about who falls.
I always think it's really awesome when that happens, though.
Of all bots to do well in this game and in this competition, it's a wedge bot that is now producing win after win after win. He's kind of fun to watch.
That's fair. But you know what else is fun to watch? The sixth fight that we have for tonight, Spitfire versus Panic Attack. No comments needed, we're just going straight on in.
It's so fun, we're going right to the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square. He saved us from the Luftwaffe many years ago with a stiff upper lip and ruthless efficiency. Now this old war dog is about to make you go pip pip cheerio. What a spiffing attempt, old chap, but you'll never outfly Spitfire! In the blue square. This robot can occasionally have an absolute firestorm of a battle. He can read you the 101 guide on how a spider bite stings, a story that turns the strongest bots into a pussycat. He can even make terror hurt, wrapping you in a web of lies that's tough as nails. It's Panic Attack!
Let the bot battle begin.
Spitfire?
There we go. Maybe he didn't hear the bell or something, I don't know. Anyway, time to fight. Spitfire getting underneath Panic Attack, and he took advantage with a nice quick flip.
Oh.
Whoa, Havoc Glitch. Okay, hopefully both bots can get over. Panic Attack is good, Spitfire.
Spitfire.
If we have to restart, we will. Panic Attack bumping into him, and now we will reset and go again. Good sportsmanship there from Panic Attack. Intervening before the refs had to. Ooh, Spitfire again, right underneath the weapon of Panic Attack. That seems to be the sweet spot for him.
And then Panic Attack now struggling. Shreemek giving him some issues when earlier it was going great. Spitfire trying to show some compassion, and he brought him back.
And a piece of Panic Attack Shreemek has broken off. That could be crucial.
And
oh, the other piece broke off.
This is where that's the struggle.
Now Spitfire can play with his food if he wishes, because Panic Attack will not be able to get up from this position unless Spitfire helps him. Which he tried, and now he's just celebrating in his face. That's a little rude. Remember, he got you up earlier, thank you. So how long can Panic Attack last?
I don't know, but there's way too much compassion going on in this fight.
Everyone loves each other. This is a friendly place, Sam.
Not friendly enough.
Spitfire flipping Panic Attack again, toppling him again.
This should be it.
And now we'll see if he leaves him or not. It looks like he's backing away and refusing to do it again. And there goes the count on Panic Attack. So Spitfire gave his opponent another chance, but it wasn't that useful. Panic Attack will go down. Well, that Havoc glitch made this fight a little bit peculiar, but overall it was decent despite being quick.
I think all of the compassion in this fight is what made it very peculiar. But yes, the Havoc glitch, as you can see, almost had us worried for a second, but everybody kind of brought it back together. Spitfire performed great this match.
Spitfire performing great and being a great sport as well. His flipper looked like it had some decent power.
Panic Attack did his best today, but he lost some pieces and really couldn't compare to what Spitfire was spitting.
Spitfire will be spitting a hot 2-0 record as well. Great start to the season for him.
Well, Panic Attack had a panic attack in the box, and that's why he lost. That's what we're gonna say happened.
He was very, very unprepared, it seemed like. And for Spitfire, that's a good victory for him. He's looking okay so far this year. A lot of movement in the table. A lot of movers and shakers and bakers and fakers and takers of wins.
Yeah, all those things.
That's weird.
Into the 7th fight for the night, we have Hydra versus Surgeon General. One important part of the tournament selection process will be quality of wins. That means Surgeon General has a bit of work to do.
Yeah, congratulations on not doing anything and getting a win against Cobalt. Unfortunately, you did nothing against Cobalt, and the selection committee is going to remember that. We've seen a lot of times so far in the Fight Night rounds, bots that will flip an opponent over and then flip them back to show more of what they can do. Like Little Sister against Beta, like Cobalt against Mechivore, like Bloodsport against Warhawk. And this is part of the reason that they do that, is that they want to show the selection committee, look, I don't care if I win or lose, I just want to show you my weapon works, I drive great, I push bots around, I can dominate fights, I'm entertaining. And that is going against Surgeon General right now.
Well, normally the big question in a matchup like this is, can the flipper outlast the spinner?
Well, it'll be a very interesting test, actually, for all of the chassis upgrades we did this year. Hydra, instead of having the 200 hit points, is a flipper. I believe he's coming at the 500 hit point range, so we got a lot more life than we've seen in the past. If everyone remembers when Bronco failed in the Season 4 quarterfinal against Cobalt, he was so close to winning, just couldn't outlast the opponent. Well, now we'll have a very good test to see if flippers can be a little more aggressive, can push the tempo a little bit more, not run away. I'm really excited to see what happens here.
Well, let's see if a flipper can outlast the spinner.
It's a big one.
Down in the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square, with the power of a Tesseract that puts the Lipos to shame, coupled with the driver being a Red Skull, this monster is going to prove that when you cut off one head, two more shall take its place. It wouldn't be World War II if you didn't! Hail Hydra! In the blue square, above all else, do no harm. You won't have that problem with your wimpy flipper arm. His precision only comes up when genocide is on the mind. Can someone please take away this robot's medical license? It's Surgeon General!
Well, Cap, a big test here for Hydra on his hands. He knows he won't be able to knock out Surgeon General unless he pins him. Now, how aggressive should he be? Should he really go for it and keep in mind that he's got the chassis life extended, or should he still be a bit conservative?
Nick, I really think that Hydra should be very liberal here. I think that it should try to go for the flip on Surgeon General. It should try to get it into that undercutter mode and then try to kind of keep it there. We know that the undercutter doesn't do as much damage, you know. I think if Hydra can keep it, on its back, and it can just keep pushing it around, get those control, get those aggression points, I think it can really take control of this fight and get a strong 2-0 start.
Let the bot battle begin. Too early first flip there from Hydra. That'll take care of the nerves a little bit. Always difficult for a flipper going against an invertible horizontal spinner, especially one with the power of Surgeon General. Nice flip again from Hydra.
Surgeon General keeps getting flipped, but he is doing his best at hitting Hydra as much as possible in between those flips.
Yeah, that's where the fight will be won by Surgeon General. How much damage can he cause before he gets flipped? Hydra gets another one.
It depends too, because if Surgeon General gets flipped and he kind of hits the floor with his weapon, he might start to lose some of his spikes.
That's a very good point. Hydra will be eager to make that happen if he can.
A missed flip from Hydra.
Good shots on the side there from Surgeon General, chipping away a little bit. Evenly poised match so far. Surgeon General rides up the ramp again, and again Hydra gets another little toss.
Two nice flips right there from Hydra.
They aren't the biggest flips, but they're very effective flips, and that's what Hydra's going to be very happy about. He's able to get under very quick and just pop him away and reset that flipper quick like he did there.
So now it'll become a test to see if Surgeon General loses his weapon, or if Hydra can last out long enough to possibly judge his decision in order to get some points. A nice series of little blips.
Another
from
fancy
Hydra.
flip from Hydra. Look at that one.
Sent him flying.
3 in a brief matter of time, and the third one was gorgeous. Hydra again with another fantastic flip. And again, we're gonna have to get a counter at the end of this thing and figure out how many times Hydra's gotten a flip. because he's already probably, what, above 10, maybe 15? Oh, wait, a piece off. Yeah, pieces off of Hydra's flipper. So now we start to see that the damage is adding up a little bit on Hydra. This is exactly what Surgeon General wants.
We'll have to see, though, if the damage from Surgeon General can accumulate enough to do anything against Hydra. Oh, there's smoke!
Oh, almost on cue there. All of a sudden, smoke is pouring out of the front side of Hydra. 20 seconds ago, he looked like he was in great shape. Now, he looks like he's hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, Hydra's right eye is a little wonky right now.
He's leaking a little bit. Is he crying? Crying smoke is probably not a good thing. Oh, and he nearly pinned Surgeon General on his backside.
That would have been amazing to see. I don't know if it would have counted, though, if you had a count out, because there's not much time left in this match.
Speaking of which, final 10 seconds. Hydra holding on for dear life. Surgeon General trying to score late points. What a fantastic fight we've seen. One last flip from Hydra. One last shot from Surgeon General, and it's over. What a fight. Well, Sam, I think that fight's going to go down as an instant classic in BattleBots Reborn Cup history. These two went toe-to-toe for 3 minutes straight.
It was a very, very nice fight. I can agree with you on it possibly going down in the history books. Maybe even some of the highlights of this year. We'll have to see. But both of these bots did an incredible job.
Hydra did a great job early on flipping Surgeon General, but it wasn't apparent until the latter half of the fight. Surgeon General was getting a lot of clips here and there and causing damage.
I wonder just how many more hits and how much more damage Surgeon General would have needed to do in order to KO Hydra this fight.
Yeah, surely he was close. One thing I'm wondering, was Surgeon General affected by constantly getting flipped in the sense that he was going from horizontal to undercutter and constantly changing strategy?
I honestly feel like he could have done a little more damage if he was doing what he was supposed to, and it would have been so cool to see if Hydra could have essentially pinned and isolated him on his back.
The results from the judges are in. We have a split decision. Judge Cap scored the battle for Surgeon General. Judge Witch scored the battle for Hydra. Judge Nick scored the battle for your winner, Hydra!
Well, he did it, boys!
There you go. That's what we were expecting to see with all of these chassis changes. I am very pleased with the way that fight went down. Hydra made it a great show. Surgeon General didn't give up. They should both be proud of that performance.
Very exciting, super proud. Another chance to see just how all of these improvements are actually bettering the competition.
Hell yeah.
But finally, we're gonna get into the main event for the night. Dramatic Bros. Doing it on purpose. You guys gotta wait. Doesn't this feel nice? Feels nice. Alright, we have Y-Pout versus Witch Doctor. What did you think of Shaman's impact in Witch Doctor's first fight?
I thought he was great. I thought he was a real nuisance to Minotaur. I thought he did contribute to a decent amount of damage in that fight. And it's a nice new element for Witch Doctor to have that I think makes him a good contender for top spot in the seedings, going far in the tournament, maybe even winning the title. Obviously, it's early days, so we'll see.
It does take a lot, however, to take down Y-Pout. This bot has been lights out ever since his debut in Season 2, but he's never dealt with a mini-bot before.
Y-Pout at times has gotten easy opponents that I feel like may have boosted his record, and sometimes when he faces the big boys, he struggles a little bit. He's lost to Tombstone before, he lost to Bite Force, so this is an interesting test for him too. What can stop Y-Pout? We don't totally know yet. Maybe it is a mini-bot that causes problems, stops the weapon before the main bot even gets involved. So I can't wait to see the dynamic of this fight.
Well, I'm rooting for Shaman.
Of course.
That's all I'm saying. So I'm hoping he can indeed stop Y-Pout. But we shall see. Down in the box.
Down the box.
Down in the box. Down in the box.
Down the box.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? It's robot fighting time! In the red square.
Why hasn't this robot got the nut yet? Why has he got that sad look on his face? Oh no. Oh no, my worst fears have come true. He's making that face. Quick, run away before you all make that same expression.
Y-Pout! In the blue square.
This robot is here to hand you a prescription. On it are the following instructions. Take 2 hard beatings, then call her in the morning. She's looking out for your health, just so she can take it away.
It's Witch Doctor!
If a 2-0 start wasn't enough motivation for these bots, there's more. Y-Pout beat Witch Doctor in the Season 3 round of 32, which means Witch Doctor has a score to settle, and this time, he brought help. But will it be enough to turn the tables? Will it be enough to take out the back-to-back semi-finalist Y-Pout? It is time to find out. Let the main event begin. Witch Doctor coming out quick and already slamming Y-Pout into the wall.
Y-Pout still back up to speed as usual. It's going to be fun to see what happens here. Is that Witch Doctor is one of his weapons?
That's a good half of it at least. And then he goes flying into Y-Pout and flips himself over.
I do want to quickly point out that I think one of Y-Pout's weapons did fly off into the corner.
We'll start to stare at him a little more. He's got 6 teeth normally, Y-Pout. It's hard to tell with him spinning so much, but maybe he does have 5.
Shaman trying to help out here, but realizes the danger of getting a little too close to Y-Pout.
And Shaman's keeping his distance more so than we would have expected. Witch Doctor goes tumbling over again. This is a very strange fight so far, and then he feeds Shaman into Y-Pout.
Poor Shaman.
Another hard attack there. Witch Doctor flipped again.
And there goes a wheel.
Shaman's still keeping his distance, but Y-Pout is about to corner the main bot. I'm a little confused with the tactics of Witch Doctor at the moment, who is still struggling to self-right.
Witch Doctor Shremek is flipping him up and over. Can't really get his wheels underneath.
Yeah, it's a little too powerful, but now he's finally back on his wheels. Y-Pout wasn't able to do much in those exchanges. He kind of sat in the middle and waited. Very interesting tactics from both bots, I must say. Oh, big shot. Witch Doctor lost more of his weapon.
And now poor Shaman smoking and wheelless on one side.
My goodness, Y-Pout just... There's no stopping this thing. Matt, what have you done? Shaman now, is he baiting himself? Is he becoming the sacrificial lamb?
Witch Doctor at this point trying to survive. A wheel came off again, and then there's another one.
Yeah, the front left is gone from Witch Doctor. The right one's still there. But maybe some of the pieces he lost were more support pieces of the weapon. Speaking of the weapon, it's not moving at all on Witch Doctor.
I'm also thinking that Witch Doctor is going to lose a couple more wheels, but Y-Pout did lose another piece, I think.
Yeah, good
Shaman's
observation.
almost dead.
Shaman's trying to get that flame involved still. He's not completely useless. But Y-Pout has been taking it to Witch Doctor for this fight. Not much longer. Big shot on Witch Doctor. And again.
Witch Doctor is out.
He's out. Yeah. He's dead. This one is over. Y-Pout gets the win. Well, what a fight. That's all I really can think of to say at the beginning. Witch Doctor was kind of all over the place.
It's one of those fights where you see that Witch Doctor's losing pieces left and right, but as the fight progressed, Y-Pout started to lose some pieces too, so it's kind of one of the on the edge of your seat, don't know what's gonna happen. Y-Pout could have lost all of his weapons, maybe Witch Doctor could have like tipped him over, I don't know, but this was one of the best fights I think for the season for me.
Very interesting strategy too, why Shaman wasn't involved as much, but
I think that's why.
Yeah, at the end he wasn't able to, but Witch Doctor in general wasn't able to take down the menacing Y-Pout, who moves to 2-0.
Well, that was a weird fight.
That was, it wasn't what I expected for sure.
Witch Doctor, my man, what?
I mean, sometimes when you go against big bots like that, you overthink the tactics a little bit, and maybe that's what happened with Witch Doctor, because I was expecting Shaman to be involved a lot more than he was, so maybe a miscalculation there. But also, Y-Pout is just very strong this year. Look, he's been great.
Could have thought too, maybe they wanted to try and preserve onto Shaman for as long as possible, because sending Shaman in probably would have just killed him right away.
Yeah, maybe if he was around for the late game, it could have helped swing the fight. It's tough. It's been a very strange episode for the most part. You know, there's been a lot of big results that are already shaking up the standings. Hypershock with a big win earlier on Son of Whyachi. That's going to be very good for his season.
It is very nice to see, like Nick said earlier, you think you have an idea of where some fights are going to go, but they're just shaking and throwing and flipping and...
Heck, even Hydra, I wasn't totally expecting him to win, but that's a big win for Team Whyachi on the night as well. They went 2-1,
Yeah.
so they'll be pleased.
Well, it was a nice night overall.
Very fun.
We'll be glad to have you back next time.
Yeah. Next time's actually, thank you for saying that, next time is the Patreon exclusive episode. So, if you want to see that, make sure you head over to our Patreon page. It'll be linked in the description. It'll be linked at the end of this video. Just pledge to the $1 tier and you'll be able to see the full fight card of episode 8 and whatever else I'll be putting up on Patreon. And then, honestly, I don't know when episode 9 will come out on the channel. Maybe 4 weeks from this one. But just keep checking posts and stuff and you'll figure it out.
Yeah,
And I'll figure it out.
You're all smart people.
Yeah. Well, except a couple of them.
Wow.
They know who they are.
Until then, goodbye. I'm the Sam. He's the Nick.
Thank you for being here, and I'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.